What's up everyone, and welcome back to Top 5 Central. Today we're looking at the top 5 theme parks kids are not allowed to visit. Now roller coasters and water slides are for the most part literally meant for kids, so it's super surprising to see entire theme parks dedicated for only adults. But anyways, with that said, let's see if we could smash 5,000 likes on this video, and also don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on whatever we upload. But with that said, let's get right into the video. Number 5. Okay, so like I just said, water parks are usually for kids and families, but when you grow up, it shouldn't be fair for you to have to miss out on all the fun. BH Hotel Mallorca is a huge hotel complex that includes the world's first only adults water park. It has everything people love about water parks like slides, racers, and flumes, and it even has 2 extreme speed rides. But best of all though, no children are actually allowed at the park, so there's no screaming toddlers or kids peeing in the pools. I mean, in my opinion, it's a great way for grown-ups to relive their childhood without ever having to come in contact with any actual kids. Every single one of the hotels around the park are also 18 plus only, so if you got children, you might want to find another holiday destination. But for everyone else, the park is the perfect mix of grown-ups and being laid back, especially since you could probably grab a cocktail before hitting the water slides. With that said, you guys think it's fair that it's for adults only though? Like, I'd love to hear your thoughts about it down in the comments below. Number 4. Have you ever wondered what the grown-up version of Disneyland would look like? It turns out it looks a lot like this place in Bavaria, but since it's such a weird name, there's no way I'm pronouncing that right. The weird name translates to quote-unquote World of Beer, and the park is pretty much exactly what you would expect. It's built on the grounds of a brewery and features tours of the old building themselves and even an entire wall made of beer bottles. Now the architecture is a little bit strange, but that makes sense since the architect got completely wasted before he started designing. Plus, even though the park is kinda small, it even has its own beer-themed shuttle bus to drive you around, and best of all, the gift shop is fully stocked with every kind of beer-themed gift you can imagine. I mean, you really have to admit that this theme park is super unique.
Genießen und staunen in Adensberg.
Ein einzigartiges Bier- und Kunsterlebnis. Entdecken Sie, wie bayerische Bierkultur und Kunst zueinander finden und lassen Sie sich begeistern. Kuchelbauers Bierwelt. Bier und Kunst genießen in Abensberg.
Number 3. Okay, not only is this park not for kids, but I know some adults who would be way too scared to buy a ticket too, and that's including me. Amora is based in London and was the world's first ever sex-themed theme park. It promises a quote-unquote hands-on and interactive experience, so it's really not for anyone feeling shy. Basically, it offers everything from how to flirt to how to perfect your spanking technique. With that said, it's more of a museum than a theme park since there's more education going on than there are roller coasters. In the West End, they call themselves a sex academy and try to make learning about sex fun. I mean, there really aren't any crazy roller coaster rides or anything also, it's mostly just scale models and interactive CGI displays. Not surprisingly, they also have a gift shop too, stocked full of things to improve your sex life that we definitely just don't want to get into right now. It's obviously not everyone's idea of a fun day out, but if you're ever in London and looking to do something weird, well, now you know where to go.
Amora layers a large body of knowledge about sex and relationships. That includes love and desire, it includes sexuality, it includes Amogasm, which is a temporary exhibit which is only here for 12 weeks, which explores everything you ever needed to know about orgasm. We have a number of world first exhibits here, including interactive sculptures which you can touch in order to find out the erogenous zones. Do you really know where they are? We have a spankometer. You can learn how to spank your partner. We have a sexual health and well-being zone, but it's all done in a way which is unusual because it's entertaining in a way.
Number 2. Theme parks can get expensive, but the upside of McCamey Manor is that it's actually free. However, the downside is there are no rides, just an 8-hour torture session that no one can finish. The Manor is the most extreme horror experience out there, as unlike every other in the world, there's no safe word. You don't get to choose when you leave, and you're only yanked out if you show signs of serious physical or emotional damage. Everyone from horror junkies to trained Marines have tried to last the full tour, but no one has managed it. But that's when you hear what the tour includes, so it's not hard to see why. So basically, people start off by waiting in a field to be kidnapped, and then for the next 8 hours have to do what their captors say. They're choked and slapped, as well as almost being drowned as a part of the full experience. Even worse, they're actually forced to crawl through storm drains and rat cages. Oh, also, if you're wondering what happens when you swear, well, your punishment gets worse, and some people have reportedly been forced to eat their own vomit because of that. For me, it's a little bit hard to see why people agree to do it, but the waiting list is 27,000 people long, so there's some seriously messed up people in the world. Would you guys try this? Because I know I definitely would never.
Brady McDonald, LA Times. As you can see, I'm bloody, soaking wet, and terrified.
Nobody's gonna save you! You're all alone! Number 1. Okay, so Amora in London is a polite sex-themed theme park, but Erotica Land in Brazil takes things to a whole new level. It's not open yet, but by 2018 you could pay just $100 for a whole day of adult-themed fun. So obviously sex is not allowed in the park, but motels outside the gates can be booked alongside your tickets. As for the park itself, there are genitalia-shaped bumper cars and even a nudist pool. And if you're thinking that's too much, there's also a 7D cinema complete with vibrating seats. Now they haven't said what they'll show on the screens, but it's a safe bet that it probably won't be Cinderella or Snow White like in Disneyland. And if you're even freakier than that, they also have a quote-unquote train of pleasure in the works. Basically, the train is gonna be like any other tunnel of love ride, except staffed by go-go boys and girls. Now, a lot of people in Brazil aren't happy about the park though, as the leader of the city council said it would turn Brazil into the capital of sex. I mean, like, even the leader of the project said it isn't a place for nuns, but anyone else should be free to book a ticket.
It's the kinkiest place on earth. At least it will be. A $22 million theme park set to open in Brazil called Erotica Land. And it's exactly what it sounds like. The man behind the adult-only park is entrepreneur Mauro Morada. He told the New York Times that he hopes to open the park's doors in 2018 in Piracicaba. So what exactly can you expect from a sex-themed amusement park? Well, for a $100 admission fee, visitors will have access to bumper cars shaped like genitalia, a so-called train of pleasure, a 7D cinema with vibrating seats, a snack bar with aphrodisiac items on the menu, and what's being called a sex playground. But that's probably not what you think it is. It will have a Ferris wheel, water slide, and
there's our video on the top 5 theme parks kids aren't allowed to visit. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe so you see whenever I upload a video. Also, if you have your own top 5 or top 10 idea, feel free to use our Extremely Handy forum in the description to submit it. With that said, thank you all for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.